Welcome, everyone, to the City of Quinte West Committee of Adjustment meeting. The committee is made up of 5 members. I'm a public member. My name is Harm Zelstra. I'll be the chair this evening. And on my immediate left is public member Doug Phillips. On his left is public member Paul Lafferty. His left, public member David Jesse. And on our far left is Councillor Jim Ellier. On my immediate right is Anne Marie Cunningham of the Committee of Adjustment Coordinator, and on her right is Kelly West, Manager of Planning Services. Because this is a hearing under the Planning Act, when the committee gets to the applications for consideration, each application will be brought up in the order listed on the agenda with an opportunity for public input given prior to discussion and consideration by the committee. If you wish to make a comment, please raise your hand to be recognized by the chair. Consent decisions made tonight will have a last day of appeal of January the 4th, 2024, and minor variance decisions made tonight will have a last day of appeal of January 3rd, 2024. If anyone wishes to receive a copy of one of the notices of decision, please use the pad of paper provided by the sign-in sheet to indicate your name, mailing address, or email address, and which decision you would like a copy of, and it will be sent to you. If anyone has not signed in on the sheet, please do so, as this is used for the minutes of the meeting. Could I have any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Hearing none. Could I have approval of the agenda for tonight, December the 14th, 2023. Moved by Jim, seconded by David. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And approval of the minutes of November the 9th, 2023. Moved by Doug, seconded by Paul. Any errors or omissions? No? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. First application is consent application B35-23S. John and Bonnie Foster are the owners, and the address is east of 662 Tuftville Road, Part Lot 32, Concession 9 in Sydney Ward. The purpose of the application is to sever a parcel of land which would create one new vacant lot. Severed parcel would have a frontage of 178 meters, a depth of 227 meters, and total area of 4.0 hectares. And the retained would have a frontage of 249 meters, a depth of 770 meters, and area of 31.9 hectares. Any comments or concerns from the public regarding this application? Hearing none. Are John and Bonnie Foster here? Okay, John? Any comments or questions for Mr. Foster on this application? Pretty straightforward. Get a mover.
Move the recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Seconded by Doug. That application B35-23S by John and Bonnie Foster to sever a parcel of land east of 662 Tuftville Road, Part Lot 32, Concession 9 in the former Township of Sydney is hereby approved, subject to the following conditions. One, that a registered survey for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. Two, that a draft transfer for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. Three, that the tax account for the subject property be paid up to date. And four, that parcels of land measuring 10 meters from the center line of the road along the frontage of the severed and retained lands along Tuftville Road be conveyed for road widening purposes to the city at no cost to the satisfaction of Public Works. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. The next application is consent application B43-23S. The owner is Anna McCaw. The address is 61 Flyboy Road, Part Lot 8, Concession 5 in Sydney Ward. And the purpose of this application is to sever a parcel of land which would create one new vacant lot. The house is currently under construction. Severed parcel would have a frontage of 119.7 meters, a depth of 170.4 meters, an area of 2.02 hectares, and retained would have a frontage of 94.3 meters, a depth of 170.4 meters, and total area of 2.2 hectares. Any comments or concerns from the public regarding this application? Is Anna McCaw here? Yeah, okay. Any questions for her? Any concerns? Nope. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Moved by Paul, seconded by David. That application, 43-23S by Anna McCaw to sever a parcel of land at 61 Flyboy Road, Part Lot 8, Concession 5 in the Township of Sydney is hereby approved, subject to the following conditions. That a registered survey for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. Two, that a draft transfer for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. Three, that a tax account for the subject property be paid up to date. Four, that a parcel of land measuring 10 meters from the center line of the road along the frontage of the severed and retained lands along Flyboy Road be conveyed for road widening purposes to the city at no cost to the satisfaction of Public Works. And five, that an updated surveyor sketch be submitted to the city to the satisfaction of the city, illustrating the setbacks for the dwelling under construction with any deficiencies and addressed and deemed as necessary by the planning staff. You aware of that last condition? Yes? Okay. All right. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next application is consent application B44-23S. Joanne Cleary and Donna Defoe, Keith Watson agent, at 13 Filburn Road. Lot proposed north of 81 Filburn Road, part lot 32, concession 3 in Sydney Ward. And the purpose of this application is to sever a parcel of land which would create one new vacant lot. The severed lot would have a frontage of 45 meters, a depth of 90 meters, an area of 0.4 hectares. The retained would have a frontage of 147 meters on Bellevue Drive and a depth of 598.5 meters, irregular depth, and total area of 12.8 hectares. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next. Yes.
You didn't do public comment or anything on that one. You just did carried.
Did I skip that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You sure? I thought I did.
No, you didn't.
Was anybody here for that?
Jennifer.
Jennifer's here.
Yeah. Sorry about that. You'll have to deduct that off their bill. Okay? All right. I'll make sure I mention it for this next application.
So, who was the movement second?
Oh, sorry.
No, that was for the other one.
That
So
was
you
for the
didn't
other
get a mover
Hey?
and second.
Who
You
is,
didn't get a mover and seconder.
we need a mover and seconder for that one.
We have to do that again?
You didn't do it in the first place.
You did for McCaw, but you.
What, a mover and a seconder?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
No.
I'm just so excited tonight. I don't know what it is.
So
Yeah, yeah.
David, and who was your seconder?
Paul. Yeah, sorry.
Calm down.
Am I right now? Okay. Now we got to concentrate for this next one. We can't make any mistakes. Next application, B45-23M. The owner is Tracy Whitehead and Mike Whitehead. The address is 2283 County Road 40. The proposed lots front on Teal Road. Legal description is part lot 16, concession 4. And the purpose of the application is to sever a parcel of land which would create one new vacant lot. This application has a frontage of 30.2 meters, a depth of 245.5 meters, and total area of 2.2 hectares. And the retained would have a frontage of 196 meters and a depth of 674 meters, a total area of 14.2 hectares.
You might
Now-
want to note that the 3 year.
Pardon?
You might want to read that the 3 year concurrent.
Yeah, I was going to do that. Next, consent applications, B45-23M and B46-23M, and a minor variance application, A10-23M, are being processed concurrently. So the next lot is B46-23M. Owners, again, are Tracy Whitehead and Mike Whitehead. Address 2283 County Road 40. Proposed lots fronts on the Teal Road. Part lot 16, concession 4. And this lot This lot's a little different in size, has a frontage of 30.8 meters, a depth of 245.5 meters, and area of 1.5 hectares. And the retained would have the same as the last application, 196.6 meters, a depth of 674 meters, area of 14.2 hectares. Any comments or concerns from the public regarding these two applications? We're being awful good to them.
Yeah, I see a lot of problems here, but I'll support the recommendation to
Okay.
move it.
Mr. Whitehead should know what he's doing by now. You have a mover and a seconder, seconded by Doug? Okay. We'll deal with the severances first and then the minor variance separately?
So both the gentlemen want to do
Yes, both of them.
those
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. For both of them, right? Yep. That application B 45-23M by Tracy Whitehead and Mike Whitehead to sever a parcel of land at 2283 County Road 40, Part Lot 16, Concession 4 in the former township of Murray is hereby approved subject to the following conditions. That also applies to B 46-23M. That a registered survey for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. 2, that a draft transfer for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. 3, that tax account for the subject property be paid up to date. 4, that the applicant enter into an agreement with the city written and registered on title by the city solicitor at the applicant's cost, addressing the owner's obligation to notify any purchaser of the requirements and recommendations of the environmental impact study. And 5, that a minor variance A 10-23M be in effect for the severed lands pursuant to the Planning Act. All in favor of the severances? Thank you. And the next application for the same property is the minor variance application, A 10-23M. Address, again, is 2283 County Road 40. The lots front onto Teal Road. Part Lot 16, Concession 4. The owners are Tracy Whitehead and Mike Whitehead in the Murray Ward. And the purpose of the application is to permit a reduced minimum lot frontage of 30 meters instead of the normally required 45 meters. Any comments or concerns from the public regarding this matter? No? We have any questions or concerns from the committee? No? I have one question, Mike. Is there a consideration to do like a mutual drive out of these two lots, or? Okay, so we're just going to put them side by side? Okay, all right. We have a mover and a seconder for the minor variance, David and Paul. That application A 10-23M by Tracy Whitehead and Mike Whitehead at 2283 County Road 40, Part Lot 16, Concession 4 in the former township of Murray is hereby approved to permit a reduced minimum lot frontage of 30 meters instead of the normally required 45 meters. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. The next application is consent application B 47-23M. The owners are Michael Lamore and Denise Lamore. And the address is 39 Bay Street. Lot 38, Plan 64 in Trenton Ward. And the purpose of the application is to sever a parcel of land for lot addition purposes, which would add land to the adjoining property. The severed parcel would have a frontage of 7.69 meters, a depth of 50.27 meters, and total area of 433 square meters. The retained would have a frontage of 12.44 meters, a depth of 5.27 meters, and total area of 624 square meters. Any comments or concerns from the public regarding this application? Mr. Lamore, I assume? Yeah. Okay. It's a very busy, yeah, it's a very busy plan. At least I thought so. I mean, it's just a lot addition. I understand that. Yeah.
All it's doing is letting me have my driveway,
Yeah.
and that way house, so I could have my own driveway,
Oh, yeah.
and back to bad tenants,
Yeah.
I have to sell it.
Yeah.
Done with tenants,
Okay.
not any investor, there's not a care in the world,
Okay.
so the place is gonna be sold, but I would like to own my own driveway.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Makes sense now. A little more.
Pardon?
I said that makes sense now.
Yeah.
The other thing, Marie was saying that you wanna know where the gas lines and the water lines come into the property.
Yep.
All that's on a map that I put on there initially. I can have the survey come and do it again. Of course, it's gonna be on my dime again, and
Okay.
it's like, all we're doing is moving the property line, we're not moving the gas line, we're not
Okay.
moving the water.
So we want it done properly.
Pardon?
We want it done properly to show.
Okay. Well, there is some issues there apparently. Not so much with the severance, just the lines. That the app, well, anyway, we'll get through the severance and then the issues on your conditions, okay? And if you've got any questions on those conditions, before we finish the vote on it, we'll talk to you about them. Okay, could I move or a seconder on the lot addition? Moved by Jim, seconded by Doug. That application B 47-23T by Michael Lemoire and Denise Lemoire to sever a parcel of land for lot addition purposes at 39 Bay Street, Lot 38, Registered Plan 64 in the former city of Trenton is hereby approved subject to the following conditions. One, that a registered survey for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. Two, that a draft transfer for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. Three, that the tax account for the subject property be paid up to date. Four, that the applicant or that the severed parcel be deeded as a lot addition to the recipient property, and that the applicant's lawyer submit an undertaking to register a consolidation on title, giving effect to the lot addition. Five, that the applicant's lawyer submit a legal opinion verifying that the lot addition lands will merge on title with the recipient parcel under the Planning Act. Six, that a zoning bylaw amendment be in effect for the severed and retained recipient lands pursuant to the Planning Act. And 7, that the applicant enter into an encroachment agreement for any structures located within municipal property with appropriate parts illustrated on the required survey to the satisfaction of the clerk's department, or that the existing buildings located on city property be demolished with all debris removed and all necessary permits obtained to the satisfaction of the city. And 8, that the confirmation be provided by qualified professional verifying the location of all service lines and confirming that they are wholly contained on the lot that they will service. Okay, that's probably what you're referring to. Or that any service lines that are not wholly contained on the lot, that the service be relocated to the satisfaction of the city.
So you want me
Yeah, that's
If they're not where they're.
if they're not where they should be. So they should all be on the lot that they're servicing, basically.
the water line as it services now, it comes on to the property and then splits into 2.
Oh, it's got a T in it?
It's got a T in it.
Okay,
So that T, right now, that is on 39's property. So when I move the property line over, it will therefore be on 37's property.
okay. Well, that'll all be verified with the survey and whatever scanning they do with that, right? So,
Yep.
yeah, okay. All in favor, gents? Thank you. There we go. I say if you have any questions, refer them to Anne Marie regarding that.
So,
There has to be rezoning, right? For lot size, right?
And setbacks.
And setbacks. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to make more paperwork.
all I want to do is move the property line.
Yeah,
Own my driveway,
yeah. That,
but
unfortunately, it's not always that easy. Unfortunately, it's not always that easy.
no, it doesn't sound like it.
No. Okay, but she'll walk you through it.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll just come in sometime during the week or?
Yeah, you should, well, you'll need to meet with one of our planners to do a zoning bylaw amendment application, and then, depending what you want to do about the encroachments, you'd also be working with our clerk's department. Okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you. The next application is consent application B 48-2023S. The owner is Valerie Pokelochenko. Sorry about that. And Osana rather. Sikacheva. The agent is Geraldine Tango. The address is south of 33H Richardson Point Lane. The legal description is part lot 11, concession 7. Now, I'll read the background on this because we very seldom ever run into one of these. On February 15th, 1974, the subject property was conveyed without consent approval under the Planning Act. Due to the fact that the property owners also owned adjoining lands, the conveyance was null and void. This is known as a Planning Act violation. The property was conveyed by tax sale under Municipal Act in 2018. However, the city is exempt from the provisions of the Planning Act. The current property owners do not have a clear title due to the 1974 Planning Act violation. Richardson Point is a private road that is not municipally maintained. Therefore, the property does not qualify for a building permit. The owners and their lawyer have indicated that they are aware of the inability to build on the property. However, they are applying to obtain clear title to the lands. The property owners are requesting a validation certificate from the city to register on title under Section 57 of the Planning Act. There are no circulation requirements for a validation certificate, nor is there any appeal period. The application for validation of the title, the legal opinion, letter of the applicants, the survey, and the 2018 deed from the city are enclosed for your information. Did everyone get a chance to go through that? Like I said, I don't ever remember having one of these, and I've been doing this for
We've
20
done
plus
3.
years.
Yeah, we've only
So-
ever done 3.
Have we done 3?
Yeah, the last one was in 2019.
Well, that was for the plaza, was it not?
Who was it? We called it up.
But-
The first one we ever did, the surveyor had surveyed the property in the wrong spot. And then the second one was similar to this. It was a conveyance that had taken place
Okay.
appropriately. These are almost always an error on behalf of.
Yeah, because it looks like there was a lot of missed opportunities to fix it.
We're just correcting mistakes.
Yeah, I'm surprised, yeah, I'm just surprised this was allowed to go on the way it did, but,
Yeah, validations retroactively correct title, so it's as if it never happened. So it goes back and clears previous Planning Act breaches.
yeah, okay. Anybody have any questions for Anne Marie? Because I sure can't answer them. Pardon?
Is that going to be a corrected mixed-up mess from many
Yeah,
years ago?
Yeah, yeah,
The applicant wants to speak.
yeah. Any comments or concerns from the public regarding this application? Okay. Mr. Polakachenko, do you have any comments or concerns regarding this application?
Hi, how are you today? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes?
Okay, yeah. I don't have any concerns. I just have a comment. I'm not sure. And in the statement that you just read for everybody, as part of the history, lot number 3, which is next door property from this property, the similar problem was, and the consent was granted by municipality back in 1971, I believe. The consent copy of the consent is attached by my lawyer. So those 3 lots basically were involved in this situation: part 1, part 2, part 3. So part 1, I believe, is still owned by the original owner. Part 2, which I purchased from municipality with this issue, I wasn't even aware of this issue because the transfer was done by municipal lawyer, and I wasn't aware of this title issue. And part number 3, as part of the investigation by my lawyer, which is lot next door, same size, same fronting on the same road, and same situation, was consent was approved by municipality.
Are you hearing
It's
that?
Yeah, it was Sydney Township.
Hmm?
Sydney Township, prior to the amalgamation, did a severance?
Sydney Township did?
Yes.
Yeah, 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 it's a long time ago. Yeah,
It doesn't.
well, we're going to try to fix the issue here with this application, so I have a mover on the application. Moved by David, seconded by Jim. That application B 48-23S by Valerie Pokolachenko, Sorry, sir.
No
And
problem.
Osaka Sikacheva, Geraldine Tango is the agent, requesting a validation of title certificate for the property south of 33H Richardson Point, Part Lot 11, Concession 7, in the former Township of Sydney is hereby approved. All in favor? Thank you. You will
Thank
get
you
your
very
title,
much,
sir.
everybody.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other business to come before this committee?
I just wanted to point out that I did provide the committee with a list of the 2024 meeting dates so that you
Yeah,
can
yeah, I got them.
plan those.
I'll make sure I take holidays around them. Okay. You building that area up all by yourself? Eh? I thought you lived on Teal Road.
Just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and happy and healthy and prosperous New Year. Seeing as this will be the last meeting till February, so.
Yes, it is.
Although we'll have a planning meeting next Thursday, but.
Do I have a motion to adjourn? Paul and Jim.